The Temple of Literature is often cited as one of Hanoi's most picturesque tourist attractions. Originally built as a university in 1070 dedicated to Confucius, scholars, and sages, visiting the Temple of Literature, we'll discover historic buildings from the Li and Chen dynasty in a revered place that has seen thousands of doctors graduate in what has now become a memorial to education and literature. Successful graduates had their name engraved on a stone stele which can be found on top of the stone turtles.
What's up, you guys? We are the Coaster, and welcome to the first episode of the series because it's called In Tuano.
This series I'm going to show you a range of fascinating attractions. And now we are standing right in front of the historical site, which is located in the city center that we have just mentioned about, Temple of Literature.
As you know, there is a diversity of marvelous cultural rich and artifacts which are reflect of a lot of Vietnamese tradition here.
However, we won't have enough time to discover all of them. So let's check out two historical relics that were considered as the most interesting in Temple of Literature. We certainly don't want to miss them, and so do you!
First, let's take a look at Han's characters and the way to write them.
I'm kind of excited because I have never written Chinese writing before, but I know Chinese characters, also called hangings, are local brands developed for the writing for Chinese. They have been adapted to write other Asian languages and remain a key component of the Japanese writing system, where they are known as kanji.
The Chinese characters were then introduced into neighboring countries in the region including Korea, Japan, and Vietnam, forming the so-called Han Chinese Cultural Region or East Asia Cultural Region.
According to the legend, Chinese characters were invented by kanji, a bureaucrat under the legendary Yellow Emperor. Inspired by his student of the animals of the world, the landscape of the earth and the star in the sky, kanji is said to have invented symbols called Z, the first Chinese character.
After learning for a while, I find Hans writing very meaningful.
Oh yeah. Also, you have known that Chinese characters were first used in Vietnam during the millennium of Chinese rule starting in 111 BC. They were used to write classical Chinese and adapted around the 13th century to create the no script to write Vietnamese. And about modern Chinese, most words are written with two or more characters.
Oh my, it's such a complex and difficult language.
I absolutely agree with you. Surprise! How does it look?
Wow, you learn how to write it so well.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting experience. I hope that we can join in more activities this
haven't explored yet. Don't you remember?
Sure, my bad. So what's that?
And next, we are going to explore the custom of asking for Vietnamese calligraphy letters.
Asking for a blessing from Confucius ruler on the first day of Lunar New Year is a custom in Vietnam. The words not only convey relation-based wishes, experience, but also showcase the calligraphy. The custom of asking for and giving words is a cultural basis surrounding pupil beliefs, philosophy, as well as the aspiration for a new year full of prosperity, luck, and peace. It is also a advantage of Vietnamese people, serious tradition, and their high esteem of courage.
On special occasions like on Lunar New Year, before the entrance examination to university, people would visit temples and pagoda to commission scholars to make a calligraphy word hanging or parallel sentence in the hope of bringing luck, health, and wealth to them and their family. The recipients ask for the words often based on their age and social background. The old tend to lack virtue or integrity and hurt, while young people prefer love and achieve. Parents often ask for the words wisdom or bright for their children, while longevity is popular character presented to parents.
In old days, calligraphers used to write Chinese script, but today they also write in Vietnamese script, which is more familiar, large for revisionist.